Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be catching me. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 79 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today and all this month, we are talking about mental well-being. I was going to jump into our mental goal setting process today, but I think I'm going to wait a couple of days so that I can continue doing it when I'm traveling home. I think we'll do either 7 or 8 days. But in addition to that, we'll have a topic every day, just like we're going to have today. Today, we're talking about having a sip of coffee and cultivating optimism. We've talked a lot about negative thinking and negative thoughts and beliefs and how do you fix limiting beliefs and things. But let's talk about today and switch our focus to the positive, right? What are some of the benefits of cultivating optimism, being more optimistic? You know, there's the whole discussion about the glass half empty, the glass half full, and entrepreneurs believe, hey, the glass is refillable. And I totally believe that. But I, like everyone else, have times in my life when I'm seeing that glass half empty, other times when I'm seeing the glass half full. And I found personally, with the exception of my cloggy throat today, as soon as we left, everybody in the family got sick. So, of course, I brought some cold germs with me. But I'm optimistic that I will take my medicine or my viral allergy stuff and I will be fine over the course of this trip. So what are some of the advantages of focusing on the positive, thinking about that glass half full, thinking about the possibilities in our life and the solutions versus focusing on the problems and the negative? Number one, being optimistic, looking on the bright side, looking on the upside, focusing on what's good instead of what's not working. All of that increases our physical well-being, it increases our mental well-being, which is what this month is all about, as well as our spiritual and our emotional well-being. Well, guess what? When you're being optimistic and you're positively impacting all of those types of your life and all those areas of your life, that has a positive impact on everything else. It increases our self-esteem, it increases our confidence, which increases our relationships, which increases our ability to communicate with one another. It reduces our possibility of anxiety and depression and other challenges that most of us don't need to bring into our life because we've already got enough to deal with and enough going on. I'm going to grab my magnifying glass and see what I'm missing. It increases our resilience. It increases our ability to solve problems and deal with the everyday challenges of life that are guaranteed to come our way, right? So what are some ways that we can increase and cultivate optimism in our lives? We've talked about all of these before, and we will continue to talk about them for the rest of the year, here and there, because they're that important. Number one, practice mindfulness. We've been talking about mindfulness a lot this month. Being in the present moment, knowing what you're thinking and feeling. Number two, challenge the negative thoughts. We've talked about this pretty extensively too. When a negative thought pops into your head, hey, okay, become aware of it. Ask yourself, well, is that true right this instant? Is it true always? Is it always true for me? Because chances are nothing is always true for us because nothing is always true for us. It might have been true in the past. There might be little snippets of time where something negative has happened and it's been true for you, but the vast majority of the time it's not. I talk to the people I deal with chronic pain a lot on this. So often, as chronic pain sufferers, as people that have, chronic pain is a consistent challenge. But even with chronic pain, we don't experience and feel the intense worst part of the pain all the time, 24 hours a day, every second of the day. It feels like that because our brains and our minds link all of those pain points together, so it feels like we're in constant pain. But we have the ability, all of us, I did it on myself first, and I've helped thousands of other people to do this as well. If you can become conscious and aware of when the pain eases up a little or when it's not so intense, you can expand those amounts of time and experience more of those instead of only experiencing the really intense parts of pain. And we could do the same with everything in our life. Negative events and negative things that happen, they have a big impact on us, but if we really look at how much time we actually experience those things, with respect to the rest of our life, it's not even probably 1%. It's a very small percentage of the amount of time that we're experiencing the negative thing or the pain. So if we can flip that and focus on the time when we're not experiencing the pain, on the time when we get a bit of relief we can expand that, it can grow. That's how I taught myself how to function when I was experiencing chronic pain, debilitating chronic pain, like bedridden chronic pain for 3 years. And I was like, this is not going to be my life. And there wasn't anybody, there wasn't any internet, there wasn't anyone to help me figure it out. I had to come up with strategies and ways to get out of it myself. And that's what I like to teach other people, because dang, if I could do it, I believe just about anybody can do it. How else do we cultivate? So we challenge those negative thoughts. We challenge those negative feelings. We challenge those negative beliefs. We practice gratitude. We focus on what is working and what we want more of, not what isn't working, right? We minimize what isn't working. It doesn't mean we ignore it and we pretend it's not happening. It's just that we don't think about it all the time and relive it over and over and over again. We surround ourselves with positive people, or people that make us feel good, right? I think we all know that our environment has an impact on us. Now, even if we're in a negative environment, we can protect ourselves and steel ourselves and just decide we're not going to let the negative people around us negatively impact us. We can choose to be optimistic even in light of those people. What happens is those people start to fade away and leave our lives because they don't like to be around us. They want to be negative, so they don't want to be around positive people. So if we're positive, then we have a positive influence on everybody and everything around us. Just like if we're negative, we have a negative influence on everyone around us. Practice mindfulness. We talked about that. And then the last piece of advice that most experts give is to set realistic goals. And I say set goals that drive and motivate you. If those happen to be realistic to you and you can achieve them and get little milestones along the way and celebrate those successes, and that drives you to set more and more goals, awesome. But a lot of people, me included, I used to set realistic goals. I'd achieve them and then I would be let down and disappointed because I hadn't quickly, or before I achieved the current level of success or goal, set the next one. I'm one of those people that has to always be striving towards something. So I like to set unrealistic goals, but do what's right for you. So what's our action item today? We are going to think about and notice when you're being optimistic, and ask yourself, what of these things, of any of these things, could I do today to cultivate more optimism, to bring more optimism into my life? Maybe it's just go hang around fun people, or do something fun, or watch something funny, or read something entertaining. Find something that works for you. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask. You can always direct message me here, or just Google and you can find me pretty easily. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Get Up and Go Challenge, Get Your Goals Annual Challenge, Supersize Your Business. I'm all over the place. All right. Have a great day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow.